Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review the new romantic dramedy, The Best You Can. And this is from writer-director Michael J. Wythorn and stars real-life couple Kevin Bacon and Kira Sedgwick. Here's Stan Olszewski, a security guard, foils a home robbery attempt at Cynthia Rand's residence. A charged friendship develops, starting with late-night humorous texts. Their deepening bond shakes up both their lives. Now, this film, I think, Wythorn balances a tightrope of dealing with some pretty heavy things, like you have Kira Sedgwick's husband, played by Judd Hirsch, much older than her. He's dealing with dementia and how that's processing. And you have Kevin Bacon's character, who is pretty absentee father for a long time, and his daughter, played by Brittany O'Grady, is struggling to accept him back into her life. And you have these heavier elements, this absenteeism, this disconnect, this age gap, and this impending illness that could take a life. And you have these heavier elements, and then, it's playing around with more playful and fun kinds of dynamics, especially as Stan and Cynthia start getting to know each other a little bit better through their text messages. And even Cynthia in particular is the one who starts pushing it to try to get it more serious and developing that. And it's like this will they, won't they kind of thing, where she's married to this man who's dealing with dementia and could potentially die. And tonally, I think Wythorn finds an effective place of middle ground, balancing these different tones for sure. I think this film in particular is well paced. It's about an hour and 45 minutes, a little bit less, but it moves. And I think it really has to do with just the energy and the dynamics between these two main characters. But overall, I think this film deals with some interesting, unique kinds of dynamics that you don't expect from rom-coms like this, but they're a little bit buried in a lot of broader strokes of things that we expect from films like this. And is this offering anything interesting or different in terms of dealing with dementia? There's some interesting elements of Kira Sedgwick's character, Cynthia, bringing in these people to help her husband remember. And that's a bit of an interesting dynamic, but in general, absentee father trying to make things work, trying to be encouraging and pushing his daughter to not, fail like he did. And you have a lot of those kinds of familiar elements. And I don't think this is the most dynamic or complex of stories, but at the core of it, it has some interesting dynamics. And especially, I think this film really soars on the wings of the real life chemistry that Kira Sedgwick and Kevin Bacon have. I think they work really well together in this film. And Judd Hirsch and Brittany O'Grady bring some added dimensions. There's even a little bit of, Ray Romano, which made me happy seeing him pop up very briefly in this film. And I think the cast sells it. And I think it has some interesting enough ideas that it throws around and explores, and even up to its final scene offers up something that it's not exactly how you would expect this story to end, but I think it's a very satisfying one. This has its positives, it has the things that stick out that really work, even if it's not exactly the most compelling of packages. But I think Wythorn finds a good balance of things to deliver an interesting little film worth your time. But those are my thoughts on The Best You Can. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.